Today I'm gonna take this old unfinished model from 2020 and try to understand why and where I improved. As you can see, the model in question is an Ogoroid from Warcry. I fell in love with it the first time I saw it in preview. Bought it, but I never finished it. Can you relate? Looking at this model, the first thing that hits me like a brick in the face is the pretty much total flatness of the piece. There is very little contrast. Although I have to admit, in 2020 I was focusing more on understanding volumes and I was really focused on that. I won't be priming this black, I'm gonna keep it like this, just enhancing what I can for the skill that I have now. And I'll start from pushing the lights and the shadows. I was afraid back then to be a little bit daring with my contrast. I can also see that I started playing around with colors, introducing some saturated tones into the belly area. What catches the attention the most to me are the areas of the face, the pectoral muscle, and the leg that's protruding towards the viewer. The face, though, has no highlight whatsoever. It's just pretty flat. Probably I didn't work on it. That's why. The turquoise in the back part of the Ogoroid was very desaturated. I think this wasn't intentional because I was going for the box art look of the old Ogoroid. But looking at this right now, as far as color composition go, it's a wise choice to desaturate a little bit and be more saturated towards the area of the face. Having this desaturated turquoise, which is almost like a greenish, it works because it keeps the attention towards the chest and in the front and doesn't pull away the attention. I ended up using green mixed with rhine oxide to link the two parts because, like I said, turquoise, it's near greenish, but it's very desaturated, so I use turquoise and green and rhine oxide to make it more grayish. So because of this, two colors of the skin are actually linked through the rhine oxide and the green. For the final highlights to make it pop, I used, for the belly area and the back area, I used white mixed with a little bit of yellow so I can have that arch factor. In the face, I try to give a more saturation. You want your viewer to be drawn to your miniature's face. I try to introduce some tones and the recesses of the cheekbones, like a little bit of magenta, more saturated tones toward the eyes. This was very difficult to film because I have a hard time filming these little details. In this period of my life, I'm very anxious as my hand shakes a lot. So that makes it very difficult to not only film, painting it. So filming and painting, it's a problem, you know. Moving along to the weapons, I probably think that if I would have finished the NMM gold and metal, would have looked pretty much similar to what I do now. And I started on the shield by mixing rhine oxide with a yellow hat on my palette because sometimes I'm so lazy to get up from the filming desk and get a new color. So I just mixed some kind of ochre and I used that to do my base tone directly on the black. And then I cleaned it up with a bit of a glaze of rhine oxide. I went to the next step, adding pure yellow and then ice yellow. And then, like I always do with non-metallic gold, you can choose to use a little bit of more saturated colors, yellow, orange, whatever, with the glaze to give it a little bit more pop. And then I started pretty much the same technique, layering grays on the blade. Painting this and looking at the old pictures, that I've improved a lot in these 2 years. And improvements aren't just achieved by practicing miniature painting, but also by studying, researching, and actually drawing and painting onto the canvas. And there is always gonna be something that you are not happy with, that you really want to improve. Sometimes there are things that are very hard to improve or to work on. For me, for example, is the attention problem. I have a hard time finishing a piece, as you might have guessed. Well, we can only try, right? Well, these are the main differences between same figure painted 2 years apart. What do you guys think? Is there any improvement? How did you guys improve in these 2 years? Please let me know, I would love to know. And I'll leave you a video right here because YouTube thinks you like it. Bye.